Hello again. This is part 2. So, I flipped over one of the burgers. It's looking pretty good. And don't forget, these are the Angus steak burgers. So, if you're just watching this is part 2. Please make sure you check out part 1. And make sure that you click the link and subscribe and like my video. I appreciate that. And I promise to keep giving you great content. Okay? Looking good. These are still bloody, so I'm going to wait. Worst thing could happen when you have a burger, especially in the summer, cooking it too fast on the grill and then flipping it too soon. All that blood still in there, and then you'll get that burger to someone, and when they bite into it, it's pink in the inside. That's a really nasty thing. And it's even worse when it's a piece of chicken. Oh my gosh, it's even worse when it's a piece of chicken. So what you should do is always wait for all the blood. If you wait for all the blood, you have a better chance because you know it'll be cooked inside. I also can cover it right now, but I don't want to cover it. There's no need to cover it. I'm cooking everything slow so they can be fast together at the same time. The fries and the asparagus and the burgers. And I also have some collard greens. Once these burgers are done, I take the collard greens and I saute them a little bit in here. And instead of lettuce, I use collard greens. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is so delicious. Yeah, it's going to be so delicious. And you can put turkey bacon on it if you like. Or beef bacon. Or a pork if you're a pork eater. I'm not a pork eater. But, you know, those things do add flavor to the burgers. Oh, and something else. I did not get to tape it, so I'm sorry. But I did season everything. So, I am about my seasoning. So, that is what's all in here. So, in case you were wondering why didn't I season the burgers, I did. I only started the camera too late. Sorry. Yeah. Because I decided to cook for everyone, and I just flipped out the pans. I told them to clean the kitchen, have the stove ready for me, and it made me come in, and I just jumped into it really fast. So that's why you didn't get to see me season it. Let's see what this one's looking like under here. It's looking pretty. Okay, now I can get my dishes out. Everything I'm cooking today, I actually went to Giant. So everything today is courtesy of Giant. Sure, I did go and purchase it myself, but Giant had a really good selection and great prices. And the April prices were from April 1st to the 7th. So everything that you see here that I'm cooking is on sale until April the 7th. And everything here, if you do have a Giant's card, the discount, sorry about that, the discount will come off at your time of purchase. And if you're going to use a coupon, that is something different. You must use a coupon along with your Giant's membership. Okay? So, these steak burgers, the beautiful sesame seed peppered farm burgers, and the asparagus, and the wedgie waffle fries, I meant to say. Waffle fries. I think they're almost done too. Let me check. Yep, they're looking pretty good. You know what I love best about the waffle fries? Crispy. That's also a reason why I, put a little bit of oil on them. And I got the oven set at 425 so that it could be hot fast and they can be nice and crunchy. Alright, so look in here. You see right here? And down in here. And a little bit here. My onions are caramelizing. So I'm going to take out the caramelized onions because I want them to stop right where they are. I don't want them to get any more caramelized than they are. So I'm going to take those out because they're going on the burger. Okay? Don't want to scorch them because that won't taste good. I know a lot of times people will cook and leave the kitchen. Rule of thumb, don't go out the kitchen when you're cooking. Stay there and watch your food. Make sure your food is being prepared properly. If you leave the kitchen, you may burn something, and that's dangerous. So if you can't stay in the kitchen, then don't cook. Actually, sometimes I might feed the dog, and my dogs are talkers, and my dog will come to say, I want to go outside. I cut the oven off, and I cut the stove flame off, and I go out with the dogs. And it is annoying, a little bit, but I have to be safe. So always make sure you're safe when you're cooking. Don't leave your food. Not a good rule of thumb. So look at these caramelized, so delicious. They're going to go on the buns. And now once I get all those onions out, I'm going to throw the collard greens in on the side. And the collard greens are long and leafy. So they're just like my lettuce, but it's not lettuce. So this is a totally hot sandwich because the cheese is going to melt from the burger. And the bun is going to be nice, warm, and toasted. And the collard greens are going to be sauteed. And the onions, you know, are already done. So it's going to be so delicious and so beautiful. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Let's see what I will do. I'm going to serve one of these huge plates tonight. I have these really beautiful plates, which are they're the same size of plates that you would see when you go to IHOP. But we also use them for big birds, turkeys, and things like that. Well, that's what I'm going to use to, you know, prepare the dinners tonight. Because those plates are so huge, I can put the waffle fries, the bun with the burger, and a lot of asparagus. Yeah. This is my favorite plates. You know, I like the paisley. But this side, you know, this will be for me. So when I put my bun here, and then the asparagus will be here, and the waffle fries. I don't eat that much, so this plate is going to be okay. But for the rest of my family, they eat a lot. So they need bigger plates because they're going to want bigger portions. So that's why they're going to get the jumbo breakfast size plate for dinner. All right, looky here. This one here is turning great. This one is next, and that one's last. So let's move this over and check this one out. Oh yeah, this one is ready. Definitely ready. I'm trying not to splash myself. I don't want to splash myself. This looks pretty. This one needs to get prettier too. Now, I have this thing, which a lot of chefs use, and it sits on top of the burgers. I just don't feel like using that tonight, but I really would put them all right here and set that on top. And you see this center part here? It would press it down so it would totally touch the base of the pot on both sides. But I don't feel like doing that. But I think if I was cooking for some special guests, I would do it just so it could look really pretty. If I was going to leave my sandwich open, you know how you can go to some places and they'll leave your sandwich open and you can put your condiments on it first and then close the bread. Then you want to make sure that burger looks really pretty if you're going to do that. In this case, no, nobody's going to see it because I'm going to put the garnish, and what my garnish is the cheese and the collard greens. So nobody's going to see this, but the most important thing is that everything is cooked and done in the middle. So there is nothing that's raw. Alright. These onions can cook a little bit longer. This is done right here. And right here. Okay. So it's looking pretty good. And it's just about time to take out those fries. And my asparagus. I think I'm going to take out my asparagus first so you can see how pretty it looks. And everyone should be here soon. So I will be setting my table. So I can be ready when everybody walks through the door. Okay. All right, let me take this thing out the oven. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Okay. All right. Can I set this here so you can see it? Let's see. Yes, I can. Woo! It's hot. Look at that asparagus. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. And look at those fries. Aren't they so delicious looking? I know. I know I'm so fat sometimes. I'm so fat. My sister Brianna would be like, sister. All right. So, now the only thing left for me to do is put the bun and the cheese on the burgers and set these plates up. Okay. Let's see what we got here. It's just looking good. Let's see this one. All right. And sometimes what I do, I'm not going to do it tonight. I don't like when the oil comes. I usually drain it. But that's when I have my little flatty thing. And I would hold that to hold my burgers. And I would drain all of the oil out. These made a whole lot of oil. Because keep in mind, they're steak. So, steak burgers are doing their own thing. Alright, let's take this out. I'm going to put this on the buns. And this will start to melt the cheese. So I won't have no melted cheese in my pan. You want a piece of asparagus? Do you? Do you? You can have a piece. You want some of these fries? You can have some. Here go a nice little piece that's already separated. Waiting for me to try it. And it's crunchy too. Listen. Alright, this one is definitely done. The sound of that is wet mixed with grease. And the wet is usually a little bit of blood. These two are okay. So I'm going to start with the two that's closest to the camera. And then I can throw my collard greens in there. So I can get my collard greens started. Alright, I'll stop here and I'm going to start over with the next segment of the burgers.